Hi, my name is Ian. I'm a high school sophomore from Batavia, Illinois, and I'm applying to the STEM Enhancement and Earth Science Internship because I want to pursue aerospace engineering and gain real research experience working with a new team on challenging engineering problems. My interest in aerospace really became serious last year while I was waiting to hear back from the University of Illinois Aerospace Institute summer camp. My dad and I visited the Granger Engineering Open House at U of I, and one group that stood out to me was the Illinois Space Society. They showed full scale student rockets and talked about how their projects were designed for specific research goals like altitude competitions and payload design. But what really changed things for me was seeing that these small student projects where 3D printed rockets were being launched along a cable between two bridges. At that point, I had just started learning Fusion 360 in my engineering class, and seeing that students were designing and building real rockets just from a 3D printer made me realize that this was something that I could actually do myself. I wasted no time, and on the drive home, I created my first open rocket simulation and CAD model for my first small scratch built rocket that I named Granger 1. My engineering teacher helped me print the parts with the school 3D printer, and I bought the rest locally and launched it the next weekend. It failed very badly. The motor ejected instead of the parachute, and the rocket was destroyed. But instead of getting discouraged or giving up, all I did was set my sights on the next rocket. I kept rebuilding and redesigning, and after several versions, I finally had consistent, successful flights. That process of testing, fixing mistakes, and improving the design led to my current personal project, Rocket Granger 8, which is my most advanced rocket so far, planning to launch to 7,000 feet this April with the first experimental flight computer controller PCB on board. Back in the summer, after attending the U of I Aerospace Institute camp, two friends and I decided to try and start a rocketry club at our high school. We spent over 6 months working on proposals and meeting with administrators, but the club was ultimately denied. Instead of stopping, we adapted and founded the Batavia Aerospace Team as a nonprofit student-led engineering program. We expanded the program to include both high-power rocketry and RC aviation so students from multiple schools in the area could participate. I now serve as the high-power rocketry program lead. I help coordinate designs, guide new members, and support flight preparation. I also work on custom PCB flight computers to collect sensor and performance data of our rockets so that we can better understand how our vehicles behave in flight. Outside of team projects, I share my designs and flight results online to help other students get started in rocketry and learn from my work, with CAD models posted on Bamboo Maker World and flight videos posted on my TikTok channel. What I enjoy most about aerospace engineering is taking an idea and turning it into real parts, testing it, and learning from the results. I've learned that progress is in engineering comes from iteration, teamwork, and learning how to adapt when plans ultimately fail. The SEES internship would allow me to apply what I've learned in student engineering projects to real research problems while working with students and mentors from different backgrounds. Thank you very much for considering my application.